I'm allowed the parking program.
Really? I have no parking for my business because what? The Liberal leader?
Welcome back to Moose on Loose. My name's David. Today we've got Mark Carney holding an event aggravating local shop owners because nobody can park and get into their businesses. We've got wild rumors going around regarding Canada's relations with America, as well as Mark Carney. We've also got Mark Carney caught in another lie. This is the third major lie in 3 straight days. There is also another super lab that's been found, among other stories. Let's jump into this. So first up, we'll start with this rumor here coming from the HOC staffer account. It shows some speculation about Sir Mark Carney possibly stepping down. They say they don't buy it, but there's recent precedent for a front-running leadership candidate stepping down, Kevin O'Leary. So we take a look at this thread here. It basically goes on to talk about how Kevin O'Leary, when he was running for the Conservative leadership, you can see here O'Leary quit because grinding it out in opposition wasn't appealing. Do we really think Mark Carney will be grinding it out opposition? I can't really see it. Global banker becomes opposition party in Canada. So there's some teeth to this speculation here. I've seen other people speculating that Mark Carney is just rallying people and then he's going to step down and pass it all over to Chrystia Freeland. And that's why Justin Trudeau came out and said there should be the first female leader in America. I don't know. I don't really believe that. I think Mark Carney really does want to dominate and use his global powers to further enhance his own life and those of the other global elites from the WF and basically squeeze Canada dry. But I can't see him sticking around as an opposition leader, that's for sure. We also got this rumor here. Minister Mark Miller has leaked to the National Post that Tom Homan, that's America's border czar, questioned Canada's importance in the Five Eyes intelligence group in a meeting last week. That's twice now we've heard these rumors. So twice potentially Canada getting kicked out of the Five Eyes. That's the agreement with Canada, US, New Zealand, Australia, and the UK for sharing intelligence. Canada can't be trusted with such close ties to China's proven meddling in our government. That's just the straight facts. We got this one here. Mark Carney caught in another lie, as posted by Pierre Poilievre. First, Carney refuses to disclose his finances, claims he resigned from all of my positions, full stop. He's mentioned this multiple times. He's resigned from all his boards, all his positions. I even broke this story like a week ago that he was still in one of them. I think it was the group of 30. We've got the National Post here and dug through every single one of them, and we're able to use their connections to call people and talk to people within these organizations to confirm whether he has left the board or not. Just scrolling down off of this Carney lie, the last 16 hours have shown that Mark Carney can do just about anything, anywhere, all the time. Mark Carney was the first man to give birth to triplets. Mark Carney single-handedly saved all the animals on his ark. These memes are getting out of control. Mark Carney is just becoming a joke. Here's the article. It says, Carney says he resigned from all his roles to run for Liberal leadership. Turns out he hasn't. It says the National Post contacted nearly 24 organizations Marney had public links to, and they found, well, a bunch. It says this one here. We can confirm that Mark Carney is a current president at Chatham House. Christian Rousseau, press officer at the Royal Institute of International Affairs, said on Wednesday, Chatham House, a registered charity in England, aims to help governments and societies build sustainably secure, prosperous, and just world. When asked about the conflict statements, Carney's campaign told the National Post that he resigned from all his professional and advisory roles. That's not what Mark Carney said. He said all roles. He said he's all in. I've resigned from all of my positions, full stop. That's what Mark Carney said. That's his words. It goes on to say here, however, as of Friday, Mark Carney is still listed as a board member of the Peterson Institute for International Economics. It says, to be frank with you, we simply haven't been in contact with Mark Carney in the past few months to discuss his role as member of the Peterson Institute board. Going down, it says a spokesperson from the Blavatnik School of Government at the University of Oxford also confirmed that Mark Carney is a member of the International Advisory Board. On Friday, a spokesperson for the Group of 30, an international nonprofit of economists, bankers, and other influential policymakers, confirmed Mark Carney remains the chair. So we've got the Group of 30 here. Now, I broke this story a week ago, and this is the example I used, the Group of 30. Well, look, Mark Carney's face not here anymore after I broke it. What's interesting is National Post has confirmed exactly what I said. It looked like he was still part of this. His face was on here up until a couple days ago. If we go use the Wayback Machine here, the last timestamp is on the 21st of February, so a few days ago, week ago. Oh, and look who it is. It's Mark Carney. They've removed his face from here a week ago, but this article we're looking at here from the National Post is from yesterday. So seems like his face was removed after I put up my video. Going back here, it says on Friday, a spokesperson for the Group of 30. So they confirmed this on Friday, which would have been the 28th, the day that they wrote this. So Mark Carney is still on the board of the Group of 30, but they just removed his face. Like, you can't make this stuff up. I think he just wants to stay on all these boards because if this doesn't work out, he just wants to go back and not really have to deal with all this and just still be on the boards. Like, he's not all in. And now he's just being exposed as a liar. So it says National Post reached out to Carney's national campaign for comment. And then once again, they said he stepped away from all of his former paid roles. That's right. They're doubling down on the paid thing now because they got caught. Carney's campaign said it's also aware of all these several out-of-date biographies. Oh, really? Like this one where he was just on there until I called it out, but now he's removed, but he's still on the board. Going down, we've got more here. So Mark Carney was on the Rideau Hall Foundation, and he only stepped down from the volunteer board of directors on January 19th, 3 days after his campaign announcement. So when he made the announcement, he had still not stepped down from a bunch of these. It also says, as for Carney's role at the United Nations, this is interesting here, which Carney said he resigned from upon launching his bid. Stefan Dujurek, a spokesperson for the Secretary General, said Carney's contract ended at the end of 2024. He did not resign. So he essentially lost his job with the United Nations. He didn't resign. Now, to be fair, maybe he had an option to renew the contract and he didn't. I don't know, but he didn't resign. His contract expired. We've also got this one here. It says, in the case of Bilderberg meetings, an annual off-the-record meeting attended by 120 to 150 global elites, it says they have not confirmed whether Carney has resigned or not. Carney also remains a member of the Harvard University Board of Overseers. So how many is that? That's not just like one or two. We're talking like, so he's still on 6 boards, and there was the lie about the United Nations. This guy's a serial liar. I mean, like, what is this? He's still on this board, but his face is scrubbed from it, as you can see. Next up, we have a new super lab bust. This one posted by Melissa here, this time in Quebec. 4 suspects so far. This is coming from yesterday. This is disgusting. This is what our country's become, just Chinese super labs for cartels and Asian triads. Like, come on. This is Trudeau's Canada. This is the Liberals' Canada. This is what they've allowed in here. So next up, we got Rebel News at this, there's like a bakery, and then there's an abandoned bakery or something next to it. It's a unleased space. And so Mark Carney rents it out to hold a meet and greet with people. And all these people show up, and then a bunch of RCMP show up, which Mark Carney is a private citizen. He shouldn't be getting RCMP. So it seems Justin Trudeau's lent his RCMP expensive detail to Mark Carney for his event, and they take up all the parking spaces, and the lady who owns this bakery next door gets really pissed off. You can see a bunch of these liberals are all pissed off being asked questions from David Menzies from Rebel News.
Oh, hi, sir.
Know the difference between misinformation and disinformation?
Oh, please educate me.
You're a liar. It's
What did I lie about?
about this Hamas bullshit.
Well, he said that in the French leadership debate, sir.
Yeah, you know what he said and why he said it. He was a little bit off his game on the French.
Oh, it was lost in translation. But how do we know he's not lying about that, like he lied about Brookfield?
You are so full of
Okay.
that it's coming out your ears.
That's not very ladylike, sir.
That was good.
Well, there's one of your loving liberals of the party that Mark Carney aspires to lead. Hey, sir, are you a Mark Carney supporter?
Why?
Oh, I'm just curious. That's why
You don't look very friendly.
he doesn't look very friendly, or I don't.
You don't look very friendly.
Oh, I'm the lovable one. I wouldn't hurt a flea.
No?
No.
I like all parties, but I think he's going to be a very good leader.
Oh, okay then. What do you think about him being
Look at this. So this lady's spying out here. They're giving intel to Carney. I guess Carney was ducking and hiding in there, trying to stay away from Rebel News.
on a lie about Brookfield Asset Management?
Well, if you want to call it a lie, that's up to you. I don't see that as a lie.
No, none of that. That's actually baseless. So I think it's all part of rumors and innuendos that people like you are trying to start.
It was actually, I got the date for you, October 31st, Halloween, sir.
Yeah, I don't. Businesses make decisions.
I'll have to look at that.
Oh, okay. You didn't hear about that then?
I heard something about it, but with anything, you have to always look more deeply at things, right? Okay.
I agree with this guy. This guy is the only one that was nice out of all of them. All the rest you'll see on here are just absolutely vile.
Trump was not even in office when he made the move that you're talking about. So if you want to call that a lie, that's fine. That's up to you. You're obviously here. You've got your own agenda. I'm for media that actually covers both sides or all sides.
Oh, which media would that be?
All media that does that, sir.
CBC, perhaps?
Media is not one of them.
Mark Carney professed his support for Hamas. What do you think about that?
That was actually the French one, right? I think yeah. Well, I don't think he supports Hamas.
So he doesn't understand French that well?
Good question. Okay. I guess he made a mistake.
Okay, then. Yeah. Because a couple of candidates
Yeah, this is the only guy that's not hostile, but he is right with, like, if someone's being questioned on something, why not look it up? Canadians should look things up for themselves to make sure, like, oh, is this person lying or not?
Applying for Liberal leadership, like Ruby Della, they were disqualified for their lack of French proficiency. So why isn't Mark Carney?
I don't know if that was the reason Ruby Dalla was disqualified. I think it had to do with the financing. I think that's what it had to do with. So
Okay, there's no
Unfortunately, the Liberal Party's not come up with anything proving anything. They just wanted to get rid of Ruby Dalla. That's what it looks like. Otherwise, show the receipts, show how she violated the rules.
support for Hamas whatsoever.
That's what he said in the French debate.
You should practice your French, my friend. He never said that at all.
Oh, okay then. Well, I saw him say it, and I saw Christian Free.
Nobody supports Hamas in Canada. Nobody ought to support Hamas in Canada.
Nobody does? What about all the ones chanting in the streets? Are these people delusional?
And he doesn't.
Well, I
you
agree.
don't. I know I don't. So
Yes,
we can
okay.
agree on that.
You can put your spin on it. What's support for Hamas?
Well, that's what he said in
You're
the.
not allowed to fumble up a word in French?
Oh, he fumbled
all over it?
I see. He lost
It's a pretty big thing to fumble up, though, when you're talking about a T-word group like that.
in translation.
It got lost in translation. It's right, and his own person corrected it live on the air.
What makes you support him?
He speaks right for Canada.
Oh, okay then. What has he said that's right for Canada?
He spoke about the transgender community.
Oh, are you transgender?
Yes, I am.
Oh, a trans what?
Trans woman.
What do you think about transgenders going into female sports? Yeah. What do you think about that?
Some random guy shows up. He's like, can't even understand what he says. So you can see the police here. So how did he get his own police detail? Is that how it works now? Canadian citizens can get expensive RCMP personal detail now?
Come on, Mark, you gotta disclose.
Did he do it, Steve?
You gotta disclose,
Yeah, I think so.
Well, folks, that was bizarre. I don't think you can see because of the reflection. Mark Carney spotted me, made eye contact, and held up a sign, a green sign. I think it said Climate Action Aurora. It feels like about -10 right now. You're not winning me over to the side if you're concerned about global warming in the death of winter here in February. But he does know we're here, and I think he's having some sport with it. You know, he's like having a chuckle at our expense.
You're a billionaire, and you're here raising money. Why do you need that, Mark? Are you a thief, Mark? We want to know the financials, Mark.
Well, folks,
You can see, so all the police, then there's more than this. There's not just two. There's like a whole bunch of police cars, like half a dozen of them taking up all the parking. And you're about to see the lady next door owns the bakery. She just gets pissed off with it.
we're here for the Mark Carney event, ma'am.
Is this his vehicle?
Pardon me?
This is our property, all this park.
Oh, yeah, we're not parked here, ma'am.
Whose is it then?
This is an RCMP vehicle.
Well, it can get the hell off of here is what it can do.
I agree.
Give a shit about Mark Carney. Where is he? He can move his
In the
vehicles.
bakery right there, ma'am.
Let's go.
Okay. Hey, wow, look at this. Citizens arrest time. Try to-
So this guy here's RCMP at the door.
Well, it's every car over there. And you know what?
The police officers are there.
Okay, good.
Why are you parking on private property, sir?
I'm
allowed to park in private.
Really?
I have no parking for my business because what? The liberal leader?
Is Greg Dumichel here? Sir, why did Greg Dumichel falsely arrest and assault me last January?
Excuse me, watch the door. I'm with the RCMP. I'm a police officer with the RCMP.
Why does Mark Carney have RCMP protection?
I need to get out.
Yeah, okay then. So who are you, by the way? By the way, what do you think of Mark Carney being pro-Hamas?
So you're in my way. So now you got to get out of my way. Yeah, thank you.
What is that?
So that guy walked over to that door, did nothing, and then comes back and pushes him out of the way.
Did you see this?
Yeah, that's assault.
That is...
I bet that guy's a cop. He's an undercover cop.
Officer, did you see that?
That was assault.
I saw it.
Thank you. Anyways, folks, another example of two-tier policing. The passenger in that Audi Q5 boldly assaulted me on camera. DDST 593. Maybe that's evidence for a future prosecution. It was right in the right in the full view of York Simcoe police officers. They got out of their vehicles and then they did nothing. But, you know, I'm not an elitist like Mark Carney.
So yeah, the cops don't move. They don't care about that woman's business. People trying to make a living, and Mark Carney just doesn't give a crap.
That's not good. That's not good. No. No more liberals.
Yes, thank you, sir.
If you guys want to check out the full thing, I'll link this up down below. This is a funny watch. So next up, we got this one posted by Ryan Garrettson. This is showing the food bank line here. Look how many people. This is coming off of, as he's pointing out, the $1,500 per week Trudeau gets in food, about $72,000 a year in groceries. You got to think, what are you buying to spend that much money? It really seems like he's pocketing that money somehow. No average person who's got a family of what? He's got 3? He's got a couple of kids? It's not even a full family of 4 or 5 or whatever. Even if he was spending $500 a week on groceries, that's still only $26,000 a year. Justin Trudeau has 2 kids. He's got a daughter and a son. So it's a family of 3 and somehow spending more than triple the amount of money a family of 4 spends in a year. Smells like money laundering. We got more memes here. We got Mark Carney on January 23rd, 1984. Mark Carney defeated the Iron Sheik to win the first WWF World Heavyweight Championship. These memes, Mark Carney, he made Tyson cry. What is this? Starship Troopers? Well, there we have it. Mark Carney caught in his next big lie. I mean, should we number them at this point? Saying he resigned from all his boards, all of them. Some of them, it was a few days afterwards, and he's still on 6 of them. He lied about his special envoy, the United Nations. The contract ended. The guy's a serial liar. Canada cannot afford to have another liar as prime minister, especially an unelected one.